In sales, operations and customer service, speed is king. And if you work in any one of these functions, if you're a leader, a business owner with these functions sit beneath you, then this YouTube video is for you. I have spent the last 12 years working in everything from sales to supply chain and every operational function in between. And I've seen the same patterns. Most important, over the last 3 to 4 years, I've been focused on how to leverage things like AI, automation, and building what I call smart adaptive systems to take the manual admin work out of your company and your days to days and replace it with faster RFQs, better customer updates, and a whole load of time back onto your team's plates to drive value your customers and competitors. The customers love and the competitors simply can't compete with. Now, I want to give you something to think about and what systems can achieve for you. We don't lose on price. You lose on time. You lose on speed. You compete on how fast you can serve your customers. And how I want you to look at this, and how I like to think about it, is the business that serves the customer in the way that anticipates the needs, that knows what they want before they do, can answer questions before they've asked, can solve the problems before they even have to feel the pain of them, is the business that wins. Internally speaking, the business that the teams are looking to drive service levels forward, to understand how we can adapt, innovate, overcome potential problems in the future, to build incumbent value that's different to every other organisation, is absolutely the business that wins. The less time spent on non-value add activities, the better. It allows us to free up more time to do the things that truly matter. Let's just put it into basic, simple metrics. If you're an organisation that quotes customers through email, if the urgent requirements for a customer is important, a customer needs something quickly, they need it now, they need it yesterday, then the faster that we can get on that email, tell them we've got what they need and supply it to them, the better. Now, often the bottleneck with that is having enough people, having enough bandwidth to respond to these messages quickly and effectively. So there is a really good illustrative example of how important and impactful speed is. Now, what I like to look at is how effective we can support a customer does two key things. Obviously, it increases front-end conversion. If we can respond to a customer quicker, if we can quote them immediately, it allows us to win the business before anyone else does. That's point one. But point two, and this is where adaptive systems really come in. They can grow the growth and the scope of a business with your customers. Why? Because you end up becoming the best person to support their needs. You become the obvious choice, the go-to, the person that they always want to work with because you're the easiest, the most efficient, the fastest, and you serve them the most effectively. And being speedy, being quick and eliminating time waste is the most important thing at doing that. It allows us to learn from things faster. It allows us to see problems as they happen and respond to them and rebuild service in a way that stops them happening again. It allows us to capture them quicker on the front end. It allows them to solve problems faster. It allows us to learn from solving those problems and build proactive systems that improves our service level. Now, the problem we have is that time is very limited. For your day-to-day teams, they might be spending so much time doing admin tasks, the same repetitive activities that we do every single day. So the more we can effectively try and build out that time waste, the better they can be at moving things forward and focusing on the things that matter. A big thing for me, and I just wanted to think about it from a perspective of a consumer for a second. Waiting around erodes trust. A really good example of this is Amazon. Amazon have built a business on nothing other than service. Their main tagline is building the most customer-centric business in the world. On the whole, they don't really sell anything that's theirs. Yeah, we got our Kindle Fire Sticks and our Ring doorbells and stuff like that, but the majority of their SKUs, their item lines on their site, is products owned by other people. So what are they really effective at doing? Serving customers. You know, with Amazon, you can have something at relatively the best price it can be offered. It's going to be brought to you as quickly as possible, faster than anyone else. And if anything goes wrong, you know you're going to get it fixed very quickly. On the whole, you're going to be updated as it comes through, and the whole service is quick and easy and simple. The buying process is easy. You feel assured that you know you're being served by a reputable company. It arrives quickly, and any problems get dealt with super fast. So Amazon has built a company on service, and that goes back to this principle of waiting erodes trust. Doubt replaces confidence, and prevention beats apology because speed creates certainty. Now, you may have heard of the principle Kaizen, or continuous improvement, and it comes from Japan. And I like to look at how systems, adaptive systems, allows us to implement Kaizen principles, continuous improvement principles. Because when we have a system that does a lot of the lag work for us, the admin work, does a lot of the work that is speed critical and time critical and bogs people down, then we can really focus on removing waste. We can focus on removing the wasteful, time-intense activities and build that into our adaptive system to do it for us. And what that allows us to do is remove all these non-value added activities, all these activities that have to be done as part of the business operations, that need to be done, but are not actually adding value. They're not tasks that are moving us forward. They're not innovation. They're not tasks that is building a bond with a customer. They're simply operational necessities to deliver the service we have. And the more of those non-value added activities we can take out, the more time we free up for value add, the more time we free up for moving the organisation forward, and the better we are at serving customers and building that trust and that brand of them wanting to come back to us every single time. I lead with this huge principle, and it's a bit of an aha moment. I just wanted to think about it for a second. For 90% of organisations, they live in email. That is the hub. It's the brainstem. It's where customers ask us questions, ask for inquiries, ask for updates, solve problems. It's where we speak internally, and it's where we respond to customers. So where does waste hide? And it's my belief that it hides in the inbox. Because for every second we spend typing an email, for every second we spend receiving an email, not knowing the answer and having to go searching for it, having to use one of our various SaaS tools that we've bolted on to solve a problem, having to run an Excel report and dig something out, or have to message someone in a different department. All of these things waste time. They reduce the time in which we respond to the customer. They kill that speed metric. But what's even more concerning is that this goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it doesn't change. Over the last 15 to 20 years, ever since the introduction of email, this has been the same way. In our email, we have a treasure trove of information, the repetitive questions, the answers. The same question would have been answered 30 times. All of these details live in email. The time take to type the email, the time to search, the time to answer questions. And the more we can streamline that into a system, the more effective we are as removing the waste time of cost, but also improving our speed of efficiency, not only internally to solving problems, but most importantly to our customers and adding value. This is the most important factor I'd like to think about when we're talking about how we can migrate over to a smart system built around an organisation to improve our speed. Because for me, that's about everything. It's accuracy, but it's speed. It's improving the speed that we solve problems. It's improving the speed at which we serve customers. It's moving the value offered by our business through the roof. If we focus on speed on the front end, we allow greater output on the back end. Because the more effectively and efficiently we can complete tasks, that we can serve customers, that we can do the necessary and complete the necessary steps to achieve the outcome that we want, the greater capacity that we have for doing it, because we spent less time doing it, so the more customers we can serve, or the better service we can provide to those customers, or the more time we can spend on how can we improve our purchasing, how can we improve our costs, how can we reduce our operational costs, how can we improve our margin, what can we do strategically to align to our customers' needs, desires and demands in order to grow with them, to be the person, the business, the salesperson that serves them better than every other single competitor. And I believe, truly believe, where we can build a system that prioritises speed, we can massively differentiate ourselves in the sector and our role in our department and whatever we're functioning in. How does this affect sales, ops, customer service? Let's put it simple. Sales, it allows us to speak to customers quicker, faster, engage them and convert them. Think speed to lead metrics. Just that one little benefit. For ops teams, it allows you to not have to send multiple emails to multiple stakeholders in order to come back and have these questions answered again, or go find the details that you need to inform someone else or to move something on. And then leaders, business leaders, imagine knowing that all these things are handled and you can check where anything is at any one time. Let me illustrate this time thing to you, this speed thing to you, in one example that I'm pretty sure everyone can relate to. And that's when you get tagged into or sent a really long email trail. You know, the classic thing, please read below, context below, aforementioned, whatever it may be. And you find this trail is 30 to 40 different emails long. Now, if you're a salesperson receiving a customer email in, you know you've got to read through all of that. You've got to understand the context, the information. Is there anything in there that you need to quote, you need to reference, you need to address? Whether you're customer services, you need to make sure you know exactly what the problem is. Is there a key detail in there that you need to know? So we spend 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes reading through this email and understanding it. Maybe clicking into systems to contextualise the points that's been mentioned. That's already wasted 15, 20 minutes that you wouldn't need to waste when introducing a adaptive system that can do these things for you. Now, what's the action point from this? Imagine at the top you have to quote this customer now. So you've spent 20, 30 minutes reading through this email. Then you've gone to quote the customer. You've gone into one system to check this. You've perhaps opened up a PDF in order to put the pricing and the structure and the details in. You've now double checked it all and sent it over to the customer. And that's taken 20, 30 minutes. Now, what I just want to express to you is that takes an awful lot of time. And when we have to do that multiple times a day, for multiple different problems, and we don't have to anymore. Imagine the advantage that you have over your competitors and how much better you can effectively operate by not having to do these things, just on a simple level. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's the core principle around what I believe to be one of the biggest opportunities to change the way B2B organisations operate, especially when it comes to sales, customer service and operations. Removing that admin, removing that cost of time, and ultimately improving the speed at which we serve customers, we internally operate, and we learn and improve our offering from that. Anyway, in the next video, I'm going to address and show you just a simple way and a simple tool that you can use to solve the problem I just talked about. Long email trails are a killer. Making sure you've not missed anything and you know everything that's gone on and what's relative to you is super important. So I've built a GPT that does it for you. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to use it, and then you can use it yourself. And what it illustrates for you is that how effective we can use certain tools in order to solve these problems. And imagine if we had this built into your business working for you. Put the notification button on, because this GPT will allow you to instantly summarize stupidly long email trails so you know exactly what's gone on, what you need to know, and if there's any action items for you from it. It's a game changer, it's a lifesaver, and it just takes a little bit of that soft pain off going through your email inbox every single morning. I will see you in that video. Thank you for watching.